time to take you through the weekly updates from courts with Lawbeat. I'm Sania Talwar. In this segment, we strive to bring out a quick roundup of legal developments in India. So what made headlines in the Supreme Court of India? Let's have a look. Chief Justice of India S.A. Bobde made scathing remarks against branding people for their opinions. Court was hearing cases concerning the farm laws and ensuing protests. Why malign people for their opinion, he said, while taking strong objection to aspersions cast upon court-constituted committee for purposes of effectuating consultation between the protesting farmers and the central government. So what to expect in the next hearing? The centre is expected to file its reply to an application seeking reconstitution of the court-appointed committee. The Solicitor General had on the last date agreed with the Chief Justice's strong objections against those casting aspersions on the constitution of the committee. The court had also asked the centre to withdraw the plea seeking intervention of the court to halt the impending tractor rally in Delhi. Additional Solicitor General Aishwarya Bhati informed Supreme Court that Delhi was one of the most habitual offenders so far as Yamuna pollutants were concerned. She added that the status report to this effect will be filed before the next date of hearing. The bench was hearing its suo motu case titled In Re, Remediation of River Pollutants. So what to expect in the next hearing? The top court has directed the committee appointed by the National Green Tribunal to submit a report regarding recommendations made for improvement of Yamuna river water and the extent to which the recommendation has been implemented. The centre is also expected to file its report. The Governor of Tamil Nadu will decide on whether to release Rajiv Gandhi assassination convict A.G. Perarivalan in a few days. Solicitor General has informed the Supreme Court. Perarivalan had applied to the Governor for pardon on December 30, 2015, following which the Supreme Court deemed it fit for the Governor to proceed with it. The decision is still pending. What to expect in the next hearing? With the centre informing court that the Tamil Nadu's governor is expected to decide on Perarivalan's pardon in a short while, this issue is expected to soon come to a close. The Supreme Court issued notice in a PIL filed by a resident of Mirzapur seeking a ban on the web series Mirzapur 2 hosted on the OTT platform Amazon Prime Video. The bench issued notices to the makers of the show as well as to the OTT platform Amazon Prime. The PIL filed by Sujit Kumar, a Mirzapur resident, states that the web series has completely tarnished the historical and cultural image of the city. So what to expect in the next hearing? Appearances on behalf of the respondents are expected to be entered. Cases seeking transfer of the Palghar Sadhu lynching issue will not be adjourned further, top court declared. The bench was informed by one of the interveners that some time is sought for filing additional documents. Top court was hearing a plea by Advocate Shashank Shekhar Jha alleging police complicity in the incident of lynching effectuated against two seers in Palghar, Maharashtra, and demanding a probe either by a judicial commission or the Central Bureau of Investigation into the incident. What to expect in the next hearing in this case? The top court has fixed the date of hearing in this case to February 25th. Now, a quick judgment perusal of the top court. Supreme Court has upheld the constitutionality of the provisions of the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Amendment Ordinance 2019. Top court has upheld two changes in the insolvency law that will help avoid delays through litigation. New owners can't be held liable for actions of previous management, and home buyers require a minimum threshold to initiate bankruptcy. Top court has held that a rape survivor should be provided accommodation under Prime Minister Awas Yojana or any other central or state schemes, and the minor children of the woman should be ensured free education in any of the government organizations till they attain the age of 14. Court has held that a prescription of higher education as a qualification for promotion cannot be held as violative of Article 14 and 16 of the Constitution. In light of the facts given in the case, court held that a prescription of graduation as a qualification for promotion to the post of head assistant cannot be held as violative of Articles 14 and 16 of the Constitution. Now let's look at some news from the High Courts. The Calcutta High Court has laid down two crucial ratios in terms of the Domestic Violence Act 2005 on the question of whether relief can be legally granted without being prayed for, answering it in the affirmative, and whether an order passed under Section 29 of the Act qualifies as an interlocutory order for the purpose of Section 397 of the CRPC. The court answered this in the negative. The Bombay High Court has held that media trials during ongoing investigation of any case does impact the probe and violate the program code under the Cable Television Network Regulation Act. Court has also laid down comprehensive principles to regulate television network operations, suicide reporting, ruling that the central government can regulate channels in terms of the Cable Television Networks Act 1995 and the rules thereunder. The Punjab and Haryana High Court has held that the certificate under Section 65B of the Evidence Act is a prerequisite to authenticate admissibility of WhatsApp messages. Court added that taking evidence on record of WhatsApp texts without a certificate under Section 65B of the Act is not admissible. The Sikkim High Court recently acquitted a man who had been convicted by a trial court on charges of rape on ground of discrepancy in the FIR and the statement recorded under Section 164 CRPC on one side and the deposition of the victim on the other. A Sessions Court has rejected the bail plea of former BARC CEO Partho Dasgupta, who was arrested last month in the TRP rigging case. The bail was sought on the ground that no TV channel or advertiser has filed a cheating complaint against him in the TRP rigging case. A criminal complaint has been filed against a web series titled Tandav before the Chief Metropolitan Magistrate Court, Patiala House, New Delhi. It was heard on Tuesday and the complaint has been filed by Hindu Sena Chief Vishnu Gupta, alleging that in the first episode of the web series, one of the accused actor, Mohammad Zishan Ayub, has disguised himself as Lord Shiva and has stated that Lord Ram's followers are constantly increasing on social media, and that Lord Shiva's followers should also make some new strategies to increase their fan base. That is all for today. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe, like and share button. See you next week.